Hey everybody, Michael Silva here. Welcome to episode 36 of Live Day Trading. Welcome to the series where I take you behind the scenes into the Webull desktop software and trade live. Have you ever tried Keyline LaCroix? It's actually real good. If it's your first time here,
high five.
Welcome. If you've been here before, make sure to
smash that like button.
In today's episode, I will be trading twice the same ticker symbol, HOG, HOG, for Harley Davidson. And as you will see in this trade, the first time I failed and pretty much the second time I failed as well. It was a very awkward, weird day today. The Federal Reserve came out and they talked about what their plans are in order to save the economy from the current pandemic. And it just set up the trade to kind of go back and forth and break different candles, and price action was all over the place. I should have walked away, but I did still manage to make back what I originally lost on trade one and then come positive for 33 bucks. Ooh, $33. But what's very important about this trade is you can see how you can easily get stuck in a trade. You see, on my first trade, I got stopped out. On my second trade, it literally tracked sideways on me for an hour, and I literally just kept on watching it come back to my entry point and then not going into the green yet, and then back up, and then back to my entry point, and then back up, back to my entry point. It was just the most, I was super frustrated, super frustrated. So this isn't that long of a video. It's about 10 minutes or so. Watch it all the way through just to get a good glimpse, because you don't want to be caught in these positions, and you got to kind of plan for it, which I may have jumped in. I did jump in a little too early without quite thinking it all the way through. So not happy with today's performance. At least I managed to have another green day. You probably won't be seeing me trade like this anytime soon, hopefully. Let's go ahead and hop in.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good day so far. It is pretty wild news that's been coming out. So let's just go ahead and hop into this trade. What am I doing? What is my plan? And this is ticker symbol HOG, HOG, for Harley Davidson. It is down already 11% for the day. Had this massive fall off. I'm on the 5-minute time frame, and I think that this price is going lower. It kind of bottomed out right here at 1431 and is moving sideways. So it's forming what's known as a cliff. This is one of my favorite type of trades. I entered in right here at this green line, and I think eventually it's going to come down a little bit harder and break through this low of the day. I'm going to be pretty aggressive on this trade. It's not the fastest moving, most volatile stock, but because of how the market is acting right now on the news that came out with the Fed, I am unsure specifically what could happen. So we might see this catch a bid and just start flying up. So I'm just going to be really quick with my entries and exits if it starts, my exit if it starts taking off on me. So let's go ahead and see how this one plays out. So I just scaled in another 500 shares. It looks like it's getting hung up on the VWAP. My stop loss is right about here, but I wanted to pick up some more shares up here because I still feel like, you know, if I get stopped out just a few cents up, that extra 500 shares won't make too much of a difference. However, it will make a big difference if it comes down and breaks through having those extra shares. So my entry point now is at 1462. So now I'm averaged in right here with 1,000 shares, and my stop loss is right in the 1492, 1495 range. Basically just above the green line, this thin green line right here, the VWAP. Okay, I got out of that position. That put me down $230. Now it's running into this orange line, so this could have, you know, just fake break, stop me out, and now I was going to move to the downside. Do I want to risk it? No, not with 1,000 shares, not with where the market's at. I'll gladly take a $230 loss on that trade and then look for the next opportunity. So I will go look for that. And if I don't find anything, I'm going to just take a loss. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so this is back to Harley Davidson, ticker symbol HOG. So it got me out right basically up here and then just shot back down. So that sucks because I'd be way into the green if that was really the case, or I would have been in the green by taking it, but it still is bouncing around this point, and like it's just the perfect cliff opportunity. I tried walking away from it, but I kept on coming back. I'm like, I gotta hold in, see what can happen here. If it can break through this, we might see a bigger drop. You know, the more it goes sideways, and if it does flush, like we can see a really big drop. I mean, this market's crazy right now, so who knows, but I like my chances right now. So I am in now, 500 shares at 1460. Boom, right about there. Basically where my entry was last time after I scaled in. So if it comes up a little bit higher, I might get in just what I did last time, another 500 shares. But as of right now, let's just see what happens with this trade. I just scaled in the additional 500 shares because it came up to that point. So now it's catching a bid. Let's see here where my average is. 1476. Okay, cool. So I have now, I'm short 1,000 shares, and this thing now is just blowing up, catching a bid. I think that this is more of a rubber band, so I think this will eventually pull back down. This is kind of how it tricked me out right here too. I don't like this, especially now that the MACD is kind of curling over. But I think a stop loss would be like if it breaks through this level and potentially this level, 1520, then I'd be a little bit more worried. But as of right now, I'm gonna hold off from getting stopped out up until the 1525 range, right around here, and I think it might come back down. So we'll see. So I just sold another 500 shares into market. It looks like it's getting rejected from this area, so I wanted to capture some more to get myself into a better position on the drawback. So I just sold in another 500 shares. This thing is all over the place, but it rubber banded up. I figured I could pull back from that kind of stretch out move right there. So I am short 2,000 shares at 1486 now, just right up into this range. Didn't quite get to the levels of stopping out, so I'm not feeling too good about this. But I'm just sticking to what I know. So let's see this one play out. The MACD looks like it's about to curl over, but it's still below zero, so you got to take that into account. Holds less weight. The price action does look like it's to the upside. But right after this kind of bad candle that formed, the wolf candle, but yet it's still kind of pushed more above it. So womp womp womp. Let's see how this one plays out. Okay, so it basically came all the way back down to my entry and bounced right from that point. That's kind of the back test area. And then moved up here. Now the yellow line, which is the 20 period moving average, will probably hold pretty strong on this. It's hard to say if there's weakness showing up now because there was long upper wicks, these negative looking candles right here, except for this one. And then you have this monster that came all the way down and then all the way back up. I scaled in another 500, so that puts me at 2,500 shares at 14.94, which is right around here, just a little bit higher. I still think that this thing is coming down. This is just a fake out bounce, a dead cat bounce. It showed some signs of weakness, but it's still hasn't moved. I'm down in this trade around 745 right now, and it kind of hurts, but like I know it's going to be falling below this green line again. It just sucks to have to freaking wait it out. And ultimately, I mean, it will come back. The MACD crossed over, and now it's starting to gain some traction or momentum. I've been seeing some big orders hit the tape, like for the buy side. Like every once in a while, there's just one big order. It's very weird, but it's telling. Some people think that this is a good stock to be investing in, probably. I don't know if they're trading it. And then I see the stochastic kind of going just crazy ballistic. Right now, it's not showing me much, but it was up in the hundreds a second ago here. So let's see how this candle finishes out, and we'll go from there. My stop loss will be above the yellow line, so let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm out of that position. Holy moly, I was getting so frustrated because every time it tried to come back and break my entry point, it came right back. It literally touched it, came down a little bit, and then went way back up. Then came all the way back down, then went way back up. Then came all the way back down, touched my entry, all the way back up. Faked me out, came all the way down, back up, came all the way down, and finally broke through. And each of these candles are 5 minutes long. Okay, so I just basically sat here for a long time, and that sucked. I was stuck in the mud, as they would say. But here's the silver lining. I managed to get positive $33 for the day, so I made back my initial loss of 200 and whatever it was, and I just made back plus some that trade. So now I'm positive $33 for the day. Looking at the chart, I could stay in longer. MACD's curling back over, but like I'm kind of tired. So if something is very, very like good setup, then I'll trade it. If not, I do not want to get stuck again for that long. So with that said, I will look to see if there's anything else. If not, everybody have a grand day. Goodbye.